with whatever move I make, personally, I just rewire my mindset with biblical principles in terms of wisdom, in terms of faith, even risk management. Without God, I'm literally just gambling. But with God in it, I know that I'm just stewarding His resources. I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who the world thinks I am. I am what God says I am. And God says I'm a winner, I'm a conqueror, more than victorious. Therefore, I am the greatest. The assignment is not literally just to teach people how to trade, but also help transform people. God has definitely helped me in my trading journey. My name is Ike the Greatest, and I've been in the trading space for 5 years. The name Ike the Greatest is not out of arrogance or ego. It was just birthed as a result of prophecy. Because I remember back in China 2018, I was in my rock bottom of my life. I was struggling with so many things. So I went into the mirror and I was like, you know what? I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who the world thinks I am. I am what God says I am. And God says I'm a winner, I'm a conqueror, more than victorious. Therefore, I am the greatest. So that is where the name came about. It came about when I was in my lowest moment in life. Before trading, I was just a normal student studying my master's degree. I was also doing football, like part-time football coaching and all of that, so trying to study and also make money here and there. That is literally what I was doing before trading. I grew up in a country called Ghana, and my home was actually based on good morals and values. And faith was something that we just didn't speak about. We lived by it. Because I remember growing up, my dad, whenever I asked him something, knowing for sure that he doesn't have it, he will not just go straight away and tell me that I don't have it. He will tell me God will provide. So that was something that shaped me, knowing that whatever I needed in life, God will provide. So that was the foundation of me growing up. That is something that, it's a system that was built in me to have faith in life. My time in China, that is where I discovered trading. I was doing international trading and finance. So I was just going to class randomly, like each and every single day. My teacher used to talk about Forex here, Forex there. So it was a time I was in my dormitory, just watching random YouTube videos, and I came across an ad that talked about, how to make money online, Forex trading. So I was like, wow. So this is something I can literally make money of. Why is my teacher not talking about it? So I went to the class the next day, and I asked my teacher, do you know how to make money with Forex? She said, nah. I was like, okay, cool, why? She told me I only know the fundamentals, but not the technicals. So I took it upon myself to learn how to actually make money in Forex, that is technicals. So that is something that I believe is shaped me, because if I had not gone to China, one way or the other, I know for sure that I would have come across trading, but China actually was the place I came across trading. So I believe it shaped me a lot. When COVID started in China, I was there, I was trading, and I remember my dad and my parents in general, they used to call me a lot, because they wanted to check up on me. They wanted to know if I'm okay, because we're not working, how were we surviving, right? So that's when I told my dad, you know what, I'm doing something called Forex trading. So he was like, what is Forex trading? I said, it's online trading. We have to buy and sell here and there. I didn't really want to explain much because I knew he wouldn't understand, right? But I just took a picture of my setup in my room with my computer and my table and my chair, and I sent it to him. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. This is why I sit in my room to trade and make money, and literally that's it. So I remember when I moved to Ghana, he had bought a table for me with a chair for me to just come home and do the same thing I was doing back home. That was when I was like, wow. I felt the support from my dad, even though he didn't really know what I was doing, but he felt like, this is what I can do for my son to support whatever he wanted to achieve, So that was a plus for me. But, as time went on at home, he would just come and stand behind me. It's like, you are doing a great job, but when are you going to get a real job? And it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, but Dad, I'm working. This is the job. He didn't really get the point that this is a job. He thought this is something I'm just playing around with. But I was like, nah, this is the job. So it kept on like that. And I told myself, I need to move from this environment. In as much as they support me, they want me to do this, but they don't get the concept. So I need to move away. That is when I moved to Dubai, because Dubai is also a hub for traders. It's where people literally come like entrepreneurs, good place for networking and all of that. So that was my moment when I had to transition from moving from China to Ghana and then to Dubai. Am I done chasing the hype? 100%. I'll tell you what fulfills me. I have a community, right, where I train people how to trade and all of that. There was this time a lady came to me, and yes, she wanted mentorship and all of that. So what I did was I sat her down, we spoke about life, because what I like to do whenever someone comes to me for mentorship, I want to know why you want to trade. Why you want to trade, obviously, you will tell me you want to make money, but why do you want to trade? There should be a strong why. She just want to leave her occupation and do something else. So I was like, okay, we're just talking. I was very open. We're talking about faith, talking about God, talking about whatnot. I think that touched her. So she became very open. Then she started talking about, what she was doing, right? So she was literally, going here with men, doing this with men, here and there, being paid for that. That was what she was doing to put food on her table. And she wasn't really pleased with that. So she wanted to quit and then learn Forex. At that moment, that really hit me. I was like, God, should I just go ahead and teach this lady what is a candlestick, chart patterns, and trend lines? Or I have to actually help her, shape her spiritually, make sure that she's okay spiritually before I put her through this journey. That is when I realized that is my assignment. The assignment is not literally just to teach people how to trade, but also help transform people. That is what satisfies me. So this lady went through that transformation process with me. I actually taught her how to trade. I taught her, the spiritual aspect, tried to change her and everything. And trust me, now this lady is one of the best female traders in my community, guiding people, not just teaching them how to trade, but also guiding them through, building them, helping them build their spiritual life and all that. That is what satisfies me, not the hype. Bro, I used to be a cloud chaser. I used to try to fit in with what everybody was doing. As a Forex trader, there's a kind of lifestyle you have to live. You have to show up this, you have to show this, but bro, that didn't really satisfy me until I went through that stage where, I transformed lives. So 100%, I'm done chasing the hype. We are now on a mission. So nobody's talking about faith and trading the way I am. I think because it's something that is not trending. When you hear about Forex trading, what first comes to mind? Luxury, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and whatnot, right? I think it's good. It's okay to, flaunt all those stuffs. But then you find an average guy who just started 2-3 months ago calling himself a mentor. This guy will now start taking pictures, showing on social media that, hey, I've made it, I'm rich here and there. It's as a result of the system, as a result of what is being shown as a Forex trader is supposed to be, right? So I'll take you to the Bible. There is a story in the Bible where Jesus was just walking on the road. He saw a tree. He got closer to the tree because he saw leaves on it, right? Thinking that he would get fruit on the tree, but there were no fruit. So he cursed the tree. That was fake advertisement. A lot of people are showing flashy lifestyle, but there are no fruits. And that is where a lot of beginners, you see people now start to pose as mentors, but you get closer to them, you realize that they are really suffering. They are actually indisciplined, they are greedy, they are impatient and whatnot. So these people actually need help. Not the flashy lifestyle, they actually need to be fruitful. So what I would say literally is be fruitful over flashy. Yes, you can have flashy lifestyle, you can flash whatever you want, but make sure you have fruit. God has definitely helped me in my trading journey, because with whatever move I make, personally, I just rewire my mindset with biblical principles in terms of wisdom, in terms of faith, even risk management, because I now understand that I'm not just trading my account, I'm trading God's money. I'm just a steward over this account, right? So without God, I'm literally just gambling. But with God in it, I know that I'm just stewarding his resources. The value I want people to walk away from my content is just one word: transformation. That is what pleases me. I want my content to actually transform lives. I want my content to be very educative. And also I want my content to be challenging, in a sense that I want people to watch my content and be like, wow, I'm challenged to do better. So it's literally transformation. My mission as Ike the Greatest is to awaken discipline and purpose in a generation that is chasing quick success, but lacking spiritual grounding, especially in the Forex trading space.